Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from whenever you're calling in from or watching this recording from. I hope we had a good weekend and we're prepared for the week ahead. Now, if you can see my screen, I know you should be excited right now because there's so much that's happening this week, most especially the elections from Thursday. So, guys, just take advantage of this opportunity if you're a news trader, but if you're not a news trader, try to see if you can trade the aftermath as well. On Tuesday, we have speech. Wednesday, we have FOMC minutes. We have Thursday, the elections, and Friday as well. So, guys, we'll be looking forward to trading more of the GBP and the Euro this week. So that's really what the news. I mean, this news releases that we're going to be expecting this week. So straight up to the chat so we can see what opportunities awaits us. Now I posted this chart of the GJ last week after looking at it. So guys, if you can see what is happening right now, there's a massive drop. So what potentially may happen is for GJ to push right back up. Let me see if I can get my alternate two. It's for GJ to push right back up, possibly either I could push back to this level, and then continue to drop, or it could push back to this level and continue to drop, or better still, it could just continue to drop after. You see, if you see that reaction happen at this point, it could just continue to drop after that reaction, drop and retest, then continue to the downside. But the way it's looking like it's going to continue to the downside because of that strong. Normally, when you see a strong impulse like this, you normally should see a pullback before continuation. So who knows? This could possibly be the pullback that may happen before the push down. Excuse me. But if that pullback doesn't happen, we're gonna see let's continue to the downside. So what you can do for this trade and decide, okay, I'm gonna take a trade at this point where price is at this point, and then above here the previous high, and then if price continues to the downside, you're in luck. It doesn't you don't get to lose a lot, but you price comes back to this level, then that gives you a better opportunity to continue enter or continue to get a better entry to continue to the downside. But it looks much more like it's gonna keep going to the downside. So that's GG, but yeah, definitely as usual. Euro Swiss franc. You see, I was if you guys remember this trade, we've been trading it for the past few weeks now. So it's been there, came back down, and it's been pushing and dropping, pushing and dropping. Yeah, I'm still expecting it to come all the way down here. Right now, this is where it is at. It hasn't given us any reason to believe it's going to stop coming down. So it's still below the it's still on the sell zone now, in the sell zone. So we have a reason to believe it to keep coming down. But if you're not already in it, if you have not entered from the beginning, I would say if you don't really want to take the risk, just let it go. I particularly don't like taking trades from what's it called now, from the middle of a move. I like to see my trades come to the bottom or to the top, or this is already in the middle. So the only reason why I will be taking this trade is if I'm expecting price, like this is similar, like this is this thing is called is it the descending channel now? So for descending channels, normally we see things like this. Price tends to push up to the upside. So maybe this may be what price may be trying to do after that massive impulse to the downside, maybe doing that to continue down here. But if that doesn't happen, you know how this rose, that price is just going to continue to the downside and retest that level and then fall to the ground. So but yep, again, I would rather take a trade that I know that will offer me a greater risk to reward than just take a trade in the middle of the move. So that's Euro Swiss franc. Again, we have Euro election this week, so it's interesting to see what this is going to do. Yep. Although I know I'm still in this trade, I haven't closed my positions yet, my sell positions yet. So I'm still in this. If this breaks below this level, I'm going to look for another opportunity to sell. This will be my final TP. So for you as well, if you want to see a break, you can get a sell limit somewhere around here So for price to come back and then wait for this to break. If it breaks, and if it breaks, it's gonna come back into it, and you look for your trade at that level, that 1.12588. The next one we'll be looking at is NZD card. NZD card, guys have been really trying to trade this pair. Good pair, very fantastic trade that we got from this side. I got it from this side. It fell to the downside and then climbed back up. I missed the entry here. I think I traveled, so I didn't I traveled and I didn't get that entry, and price continued to the downside. Right now, this is where price is at. So I said we should look for a break below here and a retest for a sell, and it did happen, break below, retest, and then price is dropping now. Although when I entered, it kept kicking me out of the market. I entered a few times. Price got in. I entered here, it drops, then pushed me out. I think I can't remember if I entered somewhere else and it dropped again, possibly somewhere around here. When it dropped, it came back up again and then kicked me out. Yeah, this was the one. I entered and it dropped and then came back up and pushed me out, and I ignored it altogether. So, but now it's continued to the downside. But remember this trade, we're looking for that trade all the way from the top here. Remember that move? So we're looking for this move to also happen. That because of that move, the up, drop, up, drop, up, drop. We're looking for this drop to also happen. So as you can see, it's happening already. So you could say that I'm going to wait for this to continue down here and then come to that level. Why? Because of that move. So there are levels of interest. So to allow price to come back into it so that we can trade today. But the final TP is that level right there. That's 0.83. 160. So, all right, so that's NZD card. GBP AUD. I'm not really sure what this guy is trying to do. It's really on the higher time frame. We're expecting this to fall all the way from that level to that point here. Let me use pick up my tonic. So I wanted it to fall all the way from that level to this point. Why am I expecting that? If this is a valid bearish flag, you see that move? See that move? So bearish flag, you expect it to fall to the downside. So if that's a valid one. So, but if for now, what we're really expecting now, even though it doesn't give us this immediately, we're expecting this to come down here because of that move here. They'll come down to that level before pushing back up, if it's going to do that, and then possibly down there. But generally, I'm expecting this to keep dropping. But right now, it's consolidating. So my level to take this trade right now, I can't really vouch for this trade right now. I can't really vouch for it, but I will be looking for a trade opportunity if it breaks away from all of this mess right here and then comes down to this level. Then that gives me that gives me a little bit of confidence that it's gonna keep coming down. Otherwise, because what may happen right now is for price to come back up and then continue like that. So what I'm gonna be looking for trade is for price to come here. Then this is my trade area right there. Excuse me. This come back here, then retest, and then this is where I'll be looking for my trade right here. Yep, that's GBP AUD. The dollar index now, this is a very interesting. The next few pairs I'm going to be looking at are going to be very interesting pairs. Now look at this. Although I was waiting for that inverted head, that head and shoulder to play out, but for some reason, price, I think, well, if it comes back to hit here, it won't be a valid inverted head. Head and shoulder anyway, because the head would have touched here. But anyways, I'm not looking for inverted head and shoulder anymore anyway, but I'm still looking for a down move. That's why you can see I had that. If it breaks here and then continue, then that would have been my inverted head and shoulder. But if that doesn't happen, then I expect the price to come back here, so that from there it can come down just as you see that move. So right now what we're waiting for is really close. So you're waiting for price to come into that level 98.045, so that I can look for a sell down here. I know particularly you're not some people don't sell, you're not selling the dollar index, you're selling the euro dollar or the USD Swiss franc. Some people do it like that. Some people sell the dollar itself. So what does this implication of trying to look for a sell at this level? It means that we would be looking for a buy at this level for euro USD. Guys, you remember how we trade Euro USD and the dollar index, they move in opposites. They are, what's it called now? They have negative correlation. Yep. So right now, what are you looking for? You can see it yourself. The same movements on the on the dollar is happening here in opposites. So right now, we're expecting price to come into that level, expecting price to come into that level and then push to the upside. The same way we're expecting price to come into that level for the dollar index to come into that level and then push down. Is the same thing that we're expecting to happen for the USD, the Euro USD, because of their negative correlation. So if you want to do this, how you're going to trade this? I'm going to look for me, I would have a sell limit here and a sell limit here because they are closely related. My stop loss for this one will possibly be here, possibly a few pips below here. Why? Because, okay, I want to, okay, I'm willing to lose a few quid, a few pips, just to increase my chances of, or reduce my chances of losing this trade. So I can set sell limit, a buy limit here, sorry, and a buy limit here. So if price comes here, it takes me in, then I have my stop loss. I could have stop loss here, so that means that if it comes below here, it can take me out, but then enters me on the second position. I lose a few pips with the potential to win a maximum pip for that pair, or I could just keep both of them open just to, but stop loss still in place so I don't lose both of them altogether. So, but this would be the TP. But remember, because it's USD, it's easily manipulated, so you have to be careful. Now, the same thing with this USD Swiss franc. What am I expecting? You notice, guys, it has really been playing out, but still, it is still within the sell zone. It hasn't broken into the buy zone yet. So what am I expecting for the USD Swiss franc? I'm expecting the same thing that I'm expecting for the dollar index, for price to push up a bit and then to continue down. So that is my bias for this. Why was I expecting to sell this? Because let me see on the higher time frame, as you guys can see the move, drop, bounce, came in, bounce. So what am I expecting? Because of that move, I'm expecting this to happen. See, expecting that to happen and then price to bring me back to the downside. That's a very good place for price, for me to take a trade. So right now, bring it back to my 4-hour time slot. You can see it clearly that price came back into structure. Yep, came back into structure. Now, if this breaks above that, maybe possibly because of the Swiss franc itself, then we should be expecting price to push above, or possibly me even instead of pushing that high. Excuse me, I really should learn how to draw straight, So possibly major push into that level, and then that, or that, and then continue to the downside. But what I'm really expecting, my main bias is for price to push into that level and then continue to the downside. That's in tandem with what's maybe happening here as well. So just monitor these two trades. Now, because of that, the implication of that is that USD, GBP USD may be doing the same thing. So if you see me on my higher time frame, you can see that I was expecting this inverted head and shoulder to start at this level, but it failed at this level. So I'm still quite biased towards the upside for this Euro USD, sorry, for GBP USD, pound dollar. Why? Because everything that comes down must go up, everything that goes up must come down. So the fact that it's having this thing could mean that it means that it's definitely going to pull back. It can't just keep coming down. So some pullback, can see some form of pullback at this level. Some people could decide, I'm just going to pick 20 pips out of this. Yep, because still it's at the middle. So you could just pick 20 pips out of this, and then that's it for the day. Move on. Some could say, okay, I know it's going to keep coming down. Like for me, I believe it's going to keep going up. So I'm just going to wait, getting an entry here, and then my stop loss somewhere, and then expect it to come to the upside. But it would be really nice if it can push to that upside, retest that, and then give us a full inverted head and shoulder. So, but right now it's close to that level. So just be on the lookout for that move. So that inverted didn't work out. So it's absolutely fine. We can ignore that for now. It didn't start from there, so maybe this is where it's going to start from. So that watch that 1.26630. That will be the next trade. That is where you will put your own buy limit. Yep, so that's it for that price to push to the upside. Again, if it doesn't happen, then you know that definitely is gonna, but I'm not looking to buy to keep selling this market anyway. So if it continues to the downside, I'm just gonna ignore it altogether. The next one, NZD USD. Now, if you look at every one of these pairs that have the dollar involved in them, they are in the bearish trend right now. So I'm expecting this as well, the NZD USD, to come down to that level as well, and then push to the upside. Who knows? May even give us a double bottom to give us that move. That would be amazing. Now, wouldn't it? You can see it is really, really clear. So it's coming down. So if it comes, decide to come, this, I'm ignoring it. I'm not looking to keep selling this market at all. My main bias is for this market to continue to the upside. So my buy limit is at that 0.64350 level to push me to the upside. I'm possibly going to look for another trade at that level to take me to the upside. So that's NZD USD. Next one is AUD USD. Again, as you can see, they're all bearish. Most of the USD pairs bearish. So right now I'm going down. I'm expecting this to come to the downside again. Where is it? Come here. So also, again, like I did for like what I wanted to do for the USD, I'm going to do the same for this. Have my sell limit here, but this is going to be a massive, risky one. Sell limit here, because price can push out of here and I not come all the way down here before pushing. That's why I have those two levels. You know, so sometimes you should be willing. You may lose money to make money. So just have that at the back of your mind. Like I always say, scared money does not make money. You know, I think I got that from, I don't know if I got that from David Imonite. No, scared money doesn't make money. You have to be ready to take the risk. It's a risky market you're in the first place anyway. So the reason why I picked that level was because of that. You can already see it on your left-hand side because of that level. So if price has been there before, I said it last week, price is going to go there again. And then when it gets there, it's going to have a reaction. So I'm expecting price to get to that level and then have a reaction. The reason why I picked the second side is because of this. Look at it. You look left, you can already see it for yourself. Price had a reaction at that level, had a reaction at that level. So break, came back and retested it. Rejected here, dropped, came back and retested it and bounced. You know, so price came back into it. You know, that's why I have that line there. That's 0.6784. 487 or 480 or 485. So that's why I have those two levels there. So if you want to trade this, you already know what to do. Sell, buy limit here and buy limit here, and then wait for price to bounce. That's AUD USD. AUD NZD. Now this is this one looks like a sweet one. You know, I already marked this. So it's really, I think guys have been trading this for the past few weeks too. Bounce, then you had that bearish flag and that bullish flag that bounced to the upside, and then it didn't. I said if it breaks above that level, you should be looking for your buy, but that didn't happen. It had that rejection and price continued to the downside. But this hasn't told us it has stopped coming down. I mean, it has stopped going up. It's still in the buy zone. It still has a bearish momentum. I mean, a bullish momentum. So beyond that, as you guys can see, there's a possibility of an inverted head and shoulder. See that impulse, left shoulder, although this came down to touch this level, but I don't know if this was an interactive session, I'll ask a question now. But as you can see, it came down, but it did not close below the head. So this is still a valid inverted head and shoulder. So that move, the head, the left shoulder is playing out. So I'm expecting, already have my entry at this level anyway, just to buy this. So that's why I said, for those of us that were following me from the beginning, I said we were waiting for price to come down when it was this level. We're waiting for price to come down into that level, because that would be a better buy. You know, because if you buy at this level, it doesn't give you a good risk to reward ratio. If you buy at this level, it's not as good as getting it at this level. Why? Because as you can clearly see it, you know, there's nothing holding it here. You know, it's just been bouncing off this level. So it's a better buy. Your stop loss would possibly be somewhere around here. You know, so it's not too much, you know, than taking it, buying it at this level. All of this will have been your stop loss. So that's that. I'm having an entry here, and if you can see, if you notice as well, it looks like DD's double bottom, DD's of W as well. So that could be something else. That could be like what they call you can call it like confluence, first confluence reason. First straight reason would be the inverted head and shoulder, this being the left shoulder trying to play out. Second reason could be the double bottom, or the W as Didi calls it. So this may be it for this to push to the upside. So this may be our trade right there. So push to the upside, retest, and then we'll be making a good killing on that one. After that, so I check. I think I'm going to ignore this one. Oil. Going to ignore oil as well. Oil is still at this level. So for you, if you want to trade this, I think I'm still in a sell for here. So you may want to wait for this to break down into that level to continue. I'm still very biased towards the downside for oil. To wait for price to break down to that level, retest that level, and then to bring you down there. If you really want to buy oil, but I would say just let it go, leave it alone. There's so much a mess all over the place with oil, unless you've already entered. If you entered at this level, good for you, because yep, it's a good place, but if not, possibly look for a trade at this level as well. If not, just leave it all together. The next one is Euro AUD. Now, this is a trade that I've almost hit myself for missing, because yep, all of this, I saw that move. I had an entry at that level clearly. So I had an entry at this level, put my entry here when price broke out of it. So price came back and retested. I saw price hovering over this level. I could have entered here, then my stop loss would have been here. Yep. And then what happened? I had a few other trades that I felt were high possibility trades, including NZD card, I think, of which I think I lost. I didn't get it didn't play out as I expected. I wish I had taken this one instead. Yeah, but these things happen. You never really know what is going to happen in the market anyway. Just react to it as it occurs. So as you can see, price came back, retested it, and then went to the moon. That's more than 200 pips. Someone's going to see that. So I entered at this level. It was a perfect entry. Yep. So yeah. Oh my God. See that? 305 and 8 pips. That's all I lost, just because I had other pairs that I was chasing. But anyway, right now, can't cry over spilled milk. What we're looking for now is an opportunity to sell this market. Why are we looking for opportunity to sell it? Because price got here, rejected, dropped, got here, dropped, got here, dropped. So we're waiting for price to go back into it and then what? Drop again. Now, I would be saying that again, because you see it was able to be above that. It had that massive jump to the upside last year and then dropped. So what we're expecting now to happen is possibly, if so if this fails, then continues, then this is maybe the highest level our price may get to. So you may say, okay, I'm going to put this a sell limit at this place as well. But if you have a sell limit here, you have to have your stop loss. Your stop loss can be here because that's too wide. So possibly somewhere around here, so have that for your sell limit. Price comes into it, and then that's why I said it's a strong level, and I'm looking for a sell at that level. So you can have a sell limit here and a sell limit here. Why? Because that's one strong area that price has not broken in a while. There has to be a strong reason for it to break that level. So it's a good opportunity, it's a good trade opportunity. And besides, we have this election thing coming this week. So yeah, have that at the in your list of trades to have for this week. The same thing happens for this one as well. So let me see that on the higher time frame. So the reason why I'm looking for selling this thing as well is because, as you can see, drop, went into it, dropped again, went into it. So I'm expecting this to drop again. Yep. And then if that doesn't happen, you see break above, then that's your level. But I'm more particular about this drop. So my sell limit is around here. So I might go ahead and be be impatient and possibly no, it's too far away. I was going to drop a sell on market order, but it's too far away. It's too far away because if it goes back, I'm going to if I put this not and just get that risk. So I'm gonna put my sell limit at that level 1.71460, so that will be my level. Some may decide to do this, work with the what's it called now, work with the trend line. Some may decide to do that. So yep, if you do that, then it means this is what you'll be. Let me take this out. Okay, so some could decide to do that, to say, okay, I'm going to look for my trade at that level. So price, excuse me, for that level. So, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so that could be your trade, and then you can trade it to the downside. So that is what you were looking for if you want to look for a trade there. So but I'll be putting my one. You can have double, can have that. My buyers can wait for that to happen and still have one here, so that price can push up and put you into that trade, so that you can get your sell downside. Okay, I think, let me see, do I have, yeah, I think that will be all. I'm not going to check this one. This one was a good trade. I was really waiting for this to drop, but yep, it kind of pushed up a little bit and then continued dropping. I don't know, I think Francis caught this one, I can't remember, but I think it drew my attention to it. I posted it before I traveled. Yeah, so as you can see, it's already coming down. So that said, this may just push back into that level to continue to the downside, or may push way back into that level to continue this up. But it's more I'm more biased towards this continuing to the downside because of that good impulse. Yep, good impulse. So yep, so look for if you really want to trade this, look for selling me here, but just have your stop loss so that you can, yeah, the trades for this week are really good. They're really good, and coupled with the fact that we have the elections, so we should really be getting some good moves, in the market this week. Okay, that brings us to the end of this session. I didn't want it to be long at all, so if you missed it, please just watch the recording. They are really the setups for this week are really amazing, and then please, as you're looking at the recording, my setups as well, ensure that you draw up the charts and let us see your setups as well. You see something I don't see, please. I'm still learning as well. Remember what Daisy would always say, that we are students always. We are students always. Nobody ever stops learning. The forex market is always evolving, so you have to evolve with the forex market. Learn things. We learn things every day. So whatever you see in the market that you want me to see, or maybe you saw I pointed out something that it's not entirely, that you feel you have a question about, or you see it differently, please don't be don't hesitate to draw my attention to it, and I'll take lesson. So thank you very much, guys. I'll see you guys on the other side, and I'll take questions with those of us that are on the platform now. God bless. Bye bye.